It's Friday morning, you know what that means? Another movie review roundtable. Today's movie, The Last Airbender. I'm actually pretty amped to see this. I am a huge M. Night fan, and the trailer looked pretty kick-ass. Although this isn't the typical M. Night movie, and yes, when I say M. Night fan, I mean all of them, even The Happening. I am the person who liked it, yes.
I am super excited for this movie. I love the show, and I know that not too many people have actually watched it, at least the ones my age. So I'm really hoping, against all hope, that they manage to make this a really good movie.
I'm pretty excited to see this film. I really was into the trailer. I think it will be fun, but M. Night Shyamalan really has to hit it out of the park with this one, I think.
Some of the coolest effects that I've ever seen in a movie, with some of the most awesome magical creatures ever put on screen, paired with some of the worst acting and dialogue ever invented in the life that I've lived forever. I think that was one of the lines from the movie that I just said.
I think you took it verbatim right off the screen. This movie should be retitled The Last M. Night Shyamalan Movie.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. I loved the television series that it's based on, and they just did not do this justice, I think. It was, the problem I think with this was there's so much in the series. There's 20 episodes. There's 20 episodes, and that's 10 hours worth of information that they just tried to squeeze into a 2-hour movie, and it just did not work.
How long was the movie? Was it 2 hours?
It was like 150 or
150. Well, that means it was about 140 too long.
Yeah.
I would have been stoked if it was just a bunch of action sequences.
Okay, seriously, if you have seen the trailer, you've seen all the effects already. That's it.
Almost.
The rest is just people walking around and trying to meditate.
Oh, I wish it was just that. It's them saying exactly what they're going to do, and then they do it. So it's like, why am I watching you say what you're going to do? And just get on with it. I mean, that's what the problem was. And they said everything 10 times. We have the scroll. What is that? It's a scroll. I'm going to use the scroll.
Oh. Seriously, it's such a bummer.
It is.
To have. It's painful to have to listen to the dialogue that they were saying.
It was awful. The girl who played Katara, what was up with that? She did not stop whining the entire movie. She was talking like this. You have to save us. We have so much hope for you. The whole point of in the series is she's this strong waterbending teacher. She ends up teaching him. She ends up becoming his master, his waterbending master. And in this, she was just this whiny little nothing. And when she does something cool, everyone laughed because no one believed it.
Yeah, it was like two different movies. When there was the action, you were into it. When it was dialogue, you were out of it. It wasn't even... I don't even know what parts of the action or of the dialogue I'm interested in salvaging. Like, I'm trying to think of a redeeming thing to say about this film. Just really weak casting, really weak dialogue.
From minute one, like the first words spoken, it was just like, oh, we are fucking in for it.
They couldn't use the names from the series. I don't understand it. The names Sokka, Aang, instead of Aang, they called him Sokka. They have this battle that they're supposed to have called an Agni Kai, which is probably the way it's actually supposed to be pronounced in Chinese. Right. And they pronounce it Agni Ki, or like a lot of it. Yeah. It just, so much, they just changed it for the sake of changing it. And that's the problem I have with it.
Maybe not even halfway, 15 minutes into the movie and going, book one, we're taking a long time. I thought we were gonna see like book one, book two, book three, book four.
Yes.
Like right away. I thought we were gonna get quick flashes. And then I kind of let it go. And then I'm sitting there going, this movie's been going on for a while. When's book two coming?
Yeah, next movie.
And then I was like...
The thing is, in this, again, back to the series. In the series, it's book one, chapter one is the first episode, and they go by chapters. Which is good, because, you know, at least it splits it up, and you can fit in a half-hour chunk, a lot of information. As opposed to here, where they just tried to squeeze it all in. And it just wasn't working. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that they used that they didn't explain, and And I really don't like the fact that they changed the whole firebending rules, because the whole thing with firebenders are they were able to create fire from nothing, and now it's like, oh wow, this one person can do it. Ah, yay, wow.
Look, they set up a bunch of stuff they just didn't deliver on.
You can pretty much sum up the whole thing with spoiler alert with the very last part of the movie where he's all glowing and he gets the water to go up and he's like, whoa, and you get this gigantic wave. It's like the whole movie, this gigantic wave, and then it just goes away. It kind of is like the movie, is its giant setup and no payoff.
You know what?
I really think it's just the way that M. Night Shyamalan broke this down, because all of those elements from the movie work when it's put in a long form story, but not in a 2-hour movie. I really feel like M. Night Shyamalan should be forbidden by law to write ever again. It's just awful.
Just take pretty pictures.
Here's the thing. I love M. Night. I have loved everything. Yes, I loved The Happening, okay? Love him.
Wait, Lady in the Water?
Yes, loved it. Loved it. Okay?
Damn.
This is not an M. Night movie. This is, who should have directed this?
Michael Bay.
This is almost a Michael Bay movie. This is a very special effects driven, not an M. Night movie at all. Why he wrote it, I don't know. Maybe it would have been better had he just directed it.
Well, it's not even written by him. It's based on other material is the problem.
Well, he's gotten writing credit.
Because he took this and took that and pushed it all together. But it's really not very well written. And you know what? The story is such a solid story that I thought, hey, M. Night Shyamalan can't even kill this. I was wrong.
I was into the story. I wanted to see it well done. If it was well done, I would be a huge fan of this. I would love to see this as a TV show with maybe, you know, like the folks who originally started Heroes or something like that work on it, because you kind of get that sense of these characters and you could spread the story out. This kid over here is crying because he hated it too. This kid did not like that movie.
And that's actually interesting because there's a lot of us in the theater who were kind of like, oh my God, thank God it's over. And then behind us there was a kid who was maybe 10 who was like, that movie was awesome! So maybe it's a kid's movie.
It did. I did think that. With a little bit of the art direction and some of the things they did, I was like, this is totally a kid's movie. This is a afternoon.
Should have been on Disney Channel.
It should have, absolutely.
What's great about the show is it's not written specifically for kids. You can watch it and still enjoy it without having to feel like, oh, they're talking down to me. And that is the biggest problem that I have with this movie. That just about sums it up.
It's not. It's not even worth mustering a comment. Because if you can't see anything nice about someone, don't say anything at all.
I was so hoping that this movie would be good, but it just wasn't. And I'm gonna have to agree, skip it. If they make a second one and M. Night Shyamalan does not direct it, or at least write it, I would go see it because I love the series and I think that there's still potential there, but this is painful.
What's out right now? Pretty much everything else is better than this movie. I feel bad saying that. I really wanted to like it. And I was the one going, fuck you critics, this is gonna rock! No, wait for DVD. If you really want to see it, just see it on DVD when you can pause it and fast forward it and just watch the really cool effects with the fire and the water and the... You just saw the movie, I just did it for you.